Hello, welcome to my kitchen and welcome to my Why I'm Still Vegan video. I've been nominated to make this video by Ash Ben, who is a friend and an animal rights activist and a vegan advocate. She's probably the most dedicated and passionate and compassionate voice for animals that I know, and it's an honor for me to be nominated by her, and I'm going to try to do my best to make this an interesting, concise video for people to see. So yeah, I mean, the video is entitled Why I'm Still Vegan. It's kind of a reaction to a lot of videos that are popping up online of so-called former vegans or talking about why they are no longer vegan. But for me, it's not really a video that I feel like I need to make, because my veganism is not in question. When I decided to go vegan just over 5 years ago, when the penny finally dropped and I got it, after years and years and years and years of being a vegetarian, thinking that was good enough, and I was doing my bit, and dipping in and out of veganism, trying to kind of go the whole way, the kind of logical extension to what I believed and what I felt. When the penny finally dropped, I knew that was it. That was it for life. I would never go back. And yeah, I still feel the same 5 years later, and I know that is how I will feel until I die. I'm never gonna go back to how I lived before. Because I get it. And so yeah, I mean, I don't really want to talk too much about me personally in this video. I want to keep it short. I'd much rather talk more broadly about what veganism is, and what it isn't. So really briefly, my definition of veganism is the complete rejection and avoidance of all forms of exploitation, use, and unnecessary harm caused to animals. We, of course, are also animals, so that extends to humans. So yeah, I mean, why would you not want to live a life where you cause, the least harm? That's surely the goal for all of us. Anyone with any ounce of compassion, I hope would agree with that. I mean, it's everyone. I think most people would agree that it's wrong to harm other humans. To hurt them, to kill them, to sexually exploit them, to enslave them. These things are givens. No, very few people would argue with me that doing those things to other humans is wrong. But I think veganism is when you can extend that to not just to fellow humans, but to non-human animals also. Ultimately, we're all animals. Ultimately, our core desires are the same. We don't want to die. We don't want to be harmed. We don't want to be made to suffer or to feel pain. We avoid that. We're all capable of love and compassion. We have families and friends, and we bring up our children. We love them, and we have companions, and yeah, animals. It's the same for them as well. There's no different. Non-human animals, they're in all the ways that really matter. There's no difference. There really isn't. And when you get that, it's like, well, how can I justify living my life in a way that causes harm to other members of the animal kingdom, of which I'm also a member? How can I justify that? When you don't need to. There's no need to do that. Our race, our species evolved using animals, and there probably was a time in the past where this was necessary. But we have evolved. We are an evolving species. We're smart. We've got brains. We can build stuff. We can ponder morality. and morality is ever evolving. And veganism for me is the next stage in our moral evolution. We've evolved using animals, and in the past that was necessary. Nowadays, certainly in the West, in the more affluent countries, it's not necessary. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do this anymore. We don't need to treat animals as less than us. We don't no longer need to treat animals in a way that we would not want to be treated ourselves. That's what veganism is. Put yourself in the position of the animal. Imagine that was you in that place. And if you would not want to be in that place, you not want to be strung up by your feet and have a knife dragged across your throat when you're 6 months old, then maybe you should be vegan. So that's what veganism is. That's not all of it, but yeah, okay, I'll come back to that. What veganism isn't is a diet. It's a lot of people think that just eating a certain way, avoiding certain things, avoiding obviously all animal products, including eggs and dairy, fish, all meat, all flesh, anything that's come from an animal, been made out of an animal. If you avoid those things, any ingredients that are any animal fats that are in things, or whatever, if you avoid all those things, then you're a vegan. But that isn't what that is. That's adopting a plant-based diet, which is part of veganism, but it isn't veganism. Veganism is beyond that. It extends to all forms of animal exploitation. So that includes the fabrics, the clothes you wear are made from. So, wearing wool, wearing leather, wearing silk, obviously wearing fur. Fur is, I think, for most people, it's not even on their radar. It's not something they would consider wearing. Cavemen used to wear fur. They did that because it was cold. You kill an animal, you skin it, you wear its fur to keep you warm. We're way past needing to do that anymore. We can make fabrics from any number of things, man-made fibers, natural fibers like cotton, for example. We don't need to be wearing animal skins, animal furs. And I do believe most people would agree with that. It's not necessary to do that. And in the same way, it's also not necessary to eat their bodies, to use them, to kill them and eat their flesh. We are not obligate carnivores. We're not even, strictly speaking, omnivores. It's contentious, but it's my opinion that our anatomy is not that of a true. We don't have the mixed anatomy of a true omnivore. This is a biological fact. We don't have that mixed anatomy. We don't have the intestinal tract. We don't have the digestive systems. We don't have the type of jaws, the teeth, all the things that you need to be a true omnivore. We are not that animal. It's as simple as that. We have evolved as a species to be able to digest meat. We have enzymes, we've mutated enzymes in our bodies which allow us to consume, digest, and use the nutrients from meat. We can do that. It does not mean that we should do that or that we have to do that. There are societies around the world that have never eaten meat, going stretching back thousands of years. For religious reasons, mainly, like India. In India, the Hindu faith, most people who observe the Hindu faith don't eat meat and haven't done for 5,000 plus years. They're still members of the same species as us. We're all humans. They're not of a special subspecies or a certain blood type or genetically different in any way that really matters from us. We're all the same. There's only one human race. There's only one species of humans, and we all look slightly different, but we're all the same animal. So because we can avoid killing and eating animals and wearing their skins, then we should do. why would you not choose that? Why would you choose to cause harm when you don't have to? That's what the crux of it is. Why? It makes no sense to cause harm when you don't need to, when you can be as healthy and thrive without doing so. That's it. That is it. I'm going to probably leave this here because I could waffle on for ages about the environment, why dairy and eggs are so bad when people think that that's fine. I thought it was fine until I saw the footage of male chicks on their way to be macerated alive. I was like, oh, that's what I'm paying for when I'm buying eggs. Day-old male chicks that don't lay eggs, regardless of waste product in the industry. The same is true with male cows in the dairy industry. You can't milk a male cow. What happens to them? They become veal, or they're just disposed of, discarded within a few days, taken from their mothers, etc. I could go on for ages about that, but I'm not going to. You can look that all up. But yeah, this is the Why I'm Still Vegan video. I hope I've done it justice, and thanks for watching.